Hello, my class, and welcome to your second English lesson. In the lesson today, we are going to be carrying on from yesterday. Our introductory lesson was obviously explaining to you that we are going to be learning about instructions this term. So in this lesson, we are going to be looking at our new text map, and we are also going to be looking at the vocabulary words that we need to use from the text map. So before we start, what I would like you to do is go and get a piece of paper and a pencil. You are going to need it to write some things down. If you don't have that, use your whiteboard and your whiteboard marker. So pause the video now, go and get those things, settle down and get ready to carry on learning. As mentioned before, we are going to be looking at the vocabulary words that are in the text map that we're going to read through, and we are going to be using these in interesting sentences and making sure we understand what all the words mean. So let's read through our text map together. What I would like you to pay attention to while we are also reading is in the back of your mind, have a think about how it is laid out. Is it laid out in a specific way? Is it laid out in a specific order? Is there a reason for that? Think about some of the things that we have used in previous topics about short, snappy sentences. Why do we use short, snappy sentences? Do we have a rhetorical question? If you don't remember, give it a think. What was a rhetorical question? What was it for? Right, so we're going to start with the heading, how to build an empire. Are you interested in building your own empire? Do you lie in your bed dreaming of ruling over a kingdom? Do you see yourself conquering tribes and building a Colosseum? If so, the likelihood is that you are destined to be a powerful ruler. Do not despair. Help is at hand. Building an empire is not as hard as you think. Read these step-by-step instructions, and soon you too could be the ruler of a powerful empire. What you will need: an army, land, weapons, shields, good walking shoes. What you will have to do: first, you should carefully train your army in the art of warfare. Secondly, you must bravely lead your army across the seas to a new land. After that, fiercely invade the land, plundering and murdering those in your way. Now, you must make sure that you defeat anyone that tries to stand in your way. Lastly, rule over your kingdom proudly. Important note: please remember, in order for your empire to run smoothly, it needs a strong leader. A common issue that these leaders face is the threat of unexpected death. Try your best to avoid this and rule fairly over your people. Otherwise, you may be assassinated. So our key vocabulary in this text are the following words. We're going to have my turn, your turn, so you're going to say it with me. So the first word is instructions. Instructions. Empire. Empire. Colosseum. Colosseum. Kingdom. Kingdom. Conquer. Conquer. Weapons. Weapons. Plunder. Plunder. Invade. Invade. Defeat. Defeat. And leader. Leader. So the first word is instructions. Now, instructions are information on how something should be done. So some of you have already shared with me some of the things that you've done. Some of you made a sandwich. Some of you built an aeroplane. Some of you did the laundry. So it was really great to see. So instructions tell you how to do something. An empire. An empire is a group of territories, which is a kind of areas, little areas and places, or people that are all under one ruler. So we have the Roman Empire. So it was different groups of areas, all under the rule of one person. A country whose ruler is called an empire, whose ruler is called an emperor, is an area that we call an empire. So a country whose ruler is called an emperor is an empire. So the country is an empire. So Colosseum. Now, if you look at this picture, the Colosseum is something that you can still visit today. It is in Rome, Italy, and it is an oval-shaped Roman amphitheater. And an amphitheater is an outside theater. And at a theater, you can go and see plays, you can watch things. So this was an outdoor theater that put on plays, but mostly also you could go and see gladiators fighting, because in the olden days, that was something that people went and did. So that was done at the Colosseum, and that can still be found in Rome, Italy. A kingdom. So a kingdom is a country or countries that are ruled over by a king or a queen. Now, we know that we live in the United Kingdom, and it's made up of little countries, but they are ruled over by the Queen. So to conquer. To conquer means to gain control of something with great effort. So you often find when we're looking at the Romans, they conquered different places, which means they took over, they took control. Even if there were people that lived there, they took control from them, and they did it through fighting and plundering. And we're going to look at the word invade and plunder just now, but they conquered those countries or those areas. So they took control. Weapons. Now, this is something we all know what they are. A weapon is an object or a device used to attack and defend. So the Romans used things like swords and spears. These were used to attack other little tribes or defend themselves from people attacking them. So to plunder, and I love this word, it's such a cool word. To plunder means to steal by force. So to take things, we know that stealing isn't good. So plundering is a way of stealing, but you do it by force. So they took things they weren't supposed to, and they went in and they fought other people's tribes, and they took things from them. And this meant to plunder. Invade. So if you invade somewhere, you go in there by force and you take over control. So to enter, you're the enemy entering. So to enter as an enemy by force in order to conquer or plunder. So to take things and to take the land, to take all the expensive things, to take the money, all of that. So they invade in somewhere. Invade means you're not being invited in. You're going in without being invited. You are the enemy. And by force, often through fighting, they are going to take things and conquer and take over that land. They are invading that land. defeat. Now, defeat means to be beaten. So if you have been defeated, you have been beaten in something. Often we are defeated in games, but in battle, we also use the same word as if you lose a battle, you are defeated. But you are going to defeat someone, you are going to win over them, they will lose. So to beat in a game or battle means to defeat someone. Right, a leader. So a leader is someone that guides or leads, and they will show you the way, they will show you where you need to go. They are the ones that usually know a little bit more, and they lead you in what you should be doing, or they could take control of something, because they'll then tell you what you need to be doing. That is a leader. Right, so for today, we have got 3 tasks you are going to be given. You will work through them slowly. One will lead into the other, which will lead into the other. I would like you to try and finish all 3, but if you only manage to finish the first one or the second one, that's okay. But your 3 tasks are as follows. The first one is to complete the sentences that are written below using the vocabulary words that we have just defined. So hopefully, while we were reading through the vocabulary words, you were writing them down and taking note of what they meant. So you will finish these 4 sentences and fill in the missing word. The missing word is one of the vocabulary words. Once you have finished that, move on to task 2, which means to create your own definition of the meanings of the words in a way that will help you to remember it better. So I've gone through the definitions of the words for myself and for you to listen and learn what they meant. So I would like you to go back and come together with a definition in your own words so you have a good understanding of what each one of those words means. Once you have done that task, you will move on to the final task, which says, once you've created your own definition of the words, create new sentences that include the vocabulary words. So come up with your own sentences that include the vocabulary words, the 10 vocabulary words that we have just gone through. Don't forget to share all of this information on Tapestry with us. We are having a look at it. We are going through the answers. We do have the live lessons that you can then log into, and we can talk about anything that you have misunderstood or you weren't quite sure of. So please make sure to share your answers with us on Tapestry.